I think if you think of history as this kind of a process, the manifestation of the Demiurgos, Ildabawa, Jehovah, and then you get this middle declension in the Christos, and then this peculiar and misunderstood promise of the redemption by the Holy Ghost. McLuhan, who's a very interesting figure as you know, a radical thinker in the communications theory and a devout Catholic, believed that the manifestation of the Holy Ghost was electricity. And to him, the ringing of the planet by electronic media was the enfolding arms of an archangel. I mean, he literally saw electricity as God's love made manifest. And he may not, he hasn't been proven wrong yet. I mean, it may yet knit us all together and make us one and lift us off and send us to the stars. It's some wonderful stuff, electricity. You know, I like to talk about it because for thousands of years, electricity was this stuff which some people knew about, and what they knew was that you skinned a cat and you dried its skin in the wind, and then you got an amber rod, a polished rod of amber, and then you would go into a dark room with your cat skin and your amber rod, and you would rub it back and forth like this, and then you would pull the amber rod away from the fur, and you would see miniature lightning storms of static electricity. And that was it. For thousands of years, that was it. And then in the 17th century, make it the 18th century, people invented what were called Leyden jars, which were this tricky way of storing this stuff so that you could store up a lot of it, and then in a dark room you could discharge it across a gap with this snap. And from that, you know, I mean, you talk about a shamanic invocation. From that, you know, we light cities, we smelt steel, we sink shafts miles into the earth, and it's just this little elemental that we were able to coax into becoming our friend. Well, who knows how much of this sort of thing there is. According to McLuhan, that's the major thing. And the electrification of the body, you know, this is a theme you get as early as Whitman. I sing the body electric. You get it in Stephen Vincent Benet in his poem John Brown's Body, where he says, I see the human body, cold electric rage, and he pictures it as a superstructure. Electricity as information, as the logos, as the freeing and rarefaction of thought. It all, it's credible. It's credible. I mean, when you think about electricity, in and of itself, as modern inventions go, it must be the most benign there is, because other than seating criminals in electric wired chairs, it is not a weapon of mass destruction. You cannot rain it down on your enemy's city. And it's generated, I don't know how many of you know this, but it's generated out of stable magnetic fields. When we were in the 5th grade, we made engines by wrapping nails with wires and setting them delicately balanced between permanent magnets. And, you know, you coax this stuff into being. We take it for granted because we don't understand it. But if you're down close to where it's coming into being, it's like coaxing some kind of demon out of the matrix and into the service of thought and light.